Hello investors, let me just move these controls out of the way so I can show you my spreadsheet. Okay, so this is basically how returns work. First things first, guys, this is educational only based on actual past data. Alright, earning claims are illegal in any industry. In the e-commerce industry, they're illegal, and whereas we are giving really low ball projections here, I have to re-emphasize that every business comes with an assumed risk, okay? This is a business. We're making it for you. We expect to deliver, and we have a deal that if we don't, we're going to pay you back your admin fee, okay? But I doubt that's going to happen, okay? Remember, there are only 20 spots at the table for this investment, and I don't need any investors ever again. Okay, so let's get started. All right, first of all, your account startup investment, your sunken cost is $3,900. That makes me a little bit of money so I can pay my salary. The rest goes to my team. This is not how we make our money. We make our money deploying capital. Okay, the required working capital, you can start with $3,000. You can start with $5,000. Okay. But we recommend starting with $10,000 because that gives us more options with the products that we can buy, and we can get a nice spread of 4 or 5 products so that, again, it further mitigates your risk. Whereas if you've got a lower investment, we may only be able to do 2 or 3. Okay, but essentially you take that 10K, and the scenario is, okay, you inject the capital, which is 10K, right? Make a 10% margin on a 2.5x markup of the cost of goods, okay? This is a new account, meaning, it's your account. We help you set up the account, okay? But there are scenarios where you can acquire an account, right, from one of our owners who's decided to move on, but they still have an account. They're not doing anything with it. Some people want to have a nice aged account to start with. Really depends on where you are on your Amazon journey. Okay, if you're not, just start your own. If you're kind of starting fresh, just start with a new account. It's no big deal. Okay, all right. So basically, the way it works, okay, inventory sold in 90, 120, and 150 days. Okay, 90 days, 120 days, 150 days. Okay, now we expect that's 3 inventory turns a year. We expect to do 6 or 7. Okay. But for the purposes of making projections, keeping your expectations low and completely over-delivering on this, okay, we're just saying that inventory turn 1 takes 3 months, inventory turn 2 takes 4 months, and inventory turn 3 takes 5 months. Okay, now anyone who knows about Amazon knows that you'll probably put an inventory in there and sell it through there, okay, because this is quarter 4, right? 50% of all sales are done in quarter 4 on Amazon, okay? But we can't allow for every single scenario. So all that we're saying is for 10K, it'll take 3 months, okay? And then I'll go into this I'll clarify this a bit more in a bit, okay? So going in here, you take 10K, it's 2.5x markup of goods. So you sell for 25K, right? At a 10% net margin after all costs, okay? Therefore, you get $2,500 gross profit, $2,500 net profit, because at the end of the day, the only reason this is here is that if you are paying a previous owner 10% profit share for the use of their aged accounts, that is not this scenario here, okay? But I just leave the column in there anyway, okay? But essentially, sell for 25K at a 10% net margin is $2,500 net profit, plus your 10K back, okay? We recommend you reinvest all, but in this scenario, reinvest 50% of the capital and take home 50%, okay? 50% of 2,500 is $1,250, so you take that, put it back into the business, take that and put it in your back pocket, all right? So 10K, sell for 25 at a 10% net margin in 90 days, okay? $2,500 gross profit plus your inventory back. That's $12,500 back. Okay, you're going to take $1,250 and reinvest that. So now you're taking $1,250 plus your initial $10,000, and you're investing $11,250. And this time it takes 4 months to sell through. Okay, sell that for 2.5x markup of goods at a 10% net margin is a profit of $2,812.50. You take 50%, put it back into the business, put that in your back pocket. Okay, so therefore now you've got $11,250 plus, right? You reinvest that into the business, $12,656. Okay, so there it is there, and we're saying you sell that through in 5 months. Okay, so 12,000 times by 2.5 is 31,640. Your profit is 3,164 at a 10% profit margin, right? Plus your money back here. Okay, but this time we're saying at the end of the year, just take the whole lot home if you want, and we'll just start with that inventory again here in year 2. Okay, and the reason year 2 is here just to show you the flow. Okay, take that, sell for that, right? 10% net margin, you get that back, put half back into the business, okay, which is that plus that, right? And it's the exact same projections for the next year, but you're just scaling your inventory up a little bit more. All right, now how does the returns work? Well, you invested $13,900 in total. Okay, 10K was in inventory, so that has a value of $25,000. Okay, right? So it generally doesn't go into the sunken costs, but just to keep things simple, I put it all as sunken costs. Okay, right? Your client net profit, right, is $8,476 back. Okay, but $8,476 divided by 12 gives you your net monthly trailing profit average. And after 12 months, that means your business is worth conservatively 30 times your net trailing monthly profit average. Okay, don't take my word for it. Go over to Empire Flippers, check out what those stores are selling for. They're actually more of a 40x markup, but again, I want to keep things conservative. All right, so after 1 year, you have a 213% return on investment because your business is worth $21,000. Okay, so moving on to year 2, the only thing that changes is that you do a slightly bit more profit. Okay, so you do 10,000 in year 2. Okay, for the whole time, right? You've done that back, $19,000 profit. Okay, but in year 2, your profit average is higher because 10,728 divided by 12 is higher than 8,476 divided by 12 to give you your net trailing monthly profit average. Okay, so in year 2, okay, your equity is now $26,000, all right, and you've actually made back more than that, right? You've actually got that plus that back in your pocket, which is $19,000. Okay, but year 2, year 1, okay, just keep it all separate there. All right, so I've shown you, okay, that we will do a 10% net margin. Now this is how we get paid. All right, we get paid by choosing good products to go into low competitive markets. Right, that is phase 1, if you will, of my hedge fund model. Okay, choosing a low competition market with great client, with great products, okay, right? And every single cost is accounted for here. Every single cost, okay, right? This is how it breaks down, okay? Your cost to buy the units is 70 cents for this particular product, okay? Our markup is a 15% deployment fee, 100% transparent, right there, always here. You will approve your own product list. We will give you one of these. Okay, the supplier gets paid too. Okay, supplier gets a 10%. All right, so after those fees, your margins come into play. Okay, and we can show you cost per unit, our deployment fee, supplier deployment fee, so everyone's kosher. There's no hidden costs, no marked up invoices, nothing like that. Right, freight per unit's $1.31. Okay, labeling per unit's 20 cents. Handling and prep per unit is 65 cents. Amazon receiving per unit's about 10 cents a unit. It's probably not that high, right? Advertising per unit doesn't come into play here. Sometimes we will use advertising, but very unlikely in this scenario because we're buying products we know are going to sell without advertising, okay? But we do a little bit of private label here. Okay, and in that scenario, you do need advertising. But again, we'd never put you in that scenario unless you really wanted to do your own brand, right? Make your own product. In that case, we do everything end to end for you. that is a much higher cost because it's a huge amount of work, okay? But I just have that in there anyway because there's no point taking it out, right? Amazon charges are fulfilled by Amazon fee because your product gets sent into Amazon once the product is bought. Amazon does all the delivery, any returns, everything, they take care of that, okay? Referral fee, you get charged a referral fee per unit just to be on Amazon's platform. That's how they make their money there and there. Okay, storage is very, very cheap, might be like 3 cents a unit. So the total amount, okay, right, is $6.23. There it is there. Okay, so that product, we're going to invest $2,100, right? Average sales price is that, right? That's after we've taken care of this bit here, all right? So you know that we are getting paid here, right? Supplier's getting paid there. There's no markup of goods, random stuff. You get your own Alibaba account. We make purchases on your account. Everything's 100% transparent, okay? Now, pay attention a little bit to this, okay? Because this is stage 2, all right? Once we have 20 clients, everyone's happy. You're making a much nicer margin because, remember, I told you 10%, and even with our costs there, I'm showing you right now, and you would approve that. You would approve a list just like this. I'm showing you that we're going to do much nicer margins for you than that, okay? But I'm telling you 10% here, okay? So if I tell you 10% here, give you a tender sheet that says, well, it looks like we're going to do that, and we actually do that, which I expect to do because they're the figures, right? Right? Then you're going to be super happy, right? You might refer someone to us instead so we don't have to go out getting new clients, okay? Unlikely that there'll still be spots left by the time you figure it out. But again, remember, I'm telling you, okay, it's going to take 3 months, but maybe it'll be 1 month. All that sells through there, okay? Then everyone's happy. You're going to deploy more and more capital, okay? And then you'll tell a friend because we'll still be early on, all right? But I'm showing you, you will approve this, okay? We don't go and start buying products until you see that, all of that, and go, you know what? Those margins looks pretty good, Rory. You told me 10%. Looks like you're going to do double that or more, okay? Then everyone's happy, okay? Everyone's happy, right? So that is how this all works, okay? So it's all kosher. It's all 100% transparent. You have your own WhatsApp group, right, where my team is available when I'm sleeping and I'm available when my team is sleeping. So you have 24/7 around the clock, right, support on WhatsApp. Ask as many questions as you want. We show you as much stuff as you want to see or as little as you want to see. But the fact is that you have that transparent direct connection with myself and my team, okay? And if I'm asleep, my team replies. If my team's asleep, I reply, okay? And I'm the only person you do business with. There's no one closing deals for me, none of this stuff. I don't need that. All I need is 20 investors, okay, to be making good money, right? And then we move to the next part of the thing, which is deploying like 20 client account capital all at once through a tendering process, so that we're getting the best deals all the time and we can go out into other marketplaces, okay? That is how it all works. If you want to see this, I will send it through, but hopefully that gives you some sort of comfort in how this all works. Thank you.